Hello. No, no, that's from the top. No, absolutely. You tell him that I was told. I was told in terms of how we're doing this room that no one else has come on the stream from any other club to plug anything for their stuff, and we don't have any agreement that we would do that for anyone. So, and everyone else is paying for from a technical side reason, not for the exposure to their fans, not for. So why would they be special? They're not even. I mean, there's 100 reasons, but if he wants to talk to that, Rick is the man to talk if he wants to complain about that. So, you know, no, but that's the reasoning. No one else. Why would what makes them different? And what we don't have any written partnerships. So you know, that's and I'm about to do the start the stream. So. But I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, there's no written agreement. We don't have a match agreement to play you guys anyway. You know, I mean, I don't. I mean, there's none of this has anything to do with you. The answer is he needs to talk to Rick. Rick brought this up with you in a phone call and an email 3 days ago. Nothing was resolved. So, you know, I've been on this. So don't ask me. Tell him to ask Rick. I mean, I'm not here to overturn two of my owners' other decisions. You know, or decisions that hasn't been resolved. So, you know, I don't want to make this. It's not. Tell him it's not combative. It's, you know, I'm just saying I can't just be. I can't any more than I could throw. You know, Peter Vermees on here or Rob Heineman. None of them are on here. Rob Heineman's not on here. Chris Canetti's not on here. No one's on here. You know, Tim Hinchy's not on here. So anyway, right then. Well, he's coaching the match right now, so we can talk to Rick after that. Tell him call. Yeah, so when they're done at 5:45, when Rick's done, Kyle can shoot him a text. Tell Kyle to text Rick. Right? Sound good? Tell him to text Rick. Tell him to text Rick. That's what he needs to do. Tell him I can't approve it, only Rick can. Okay? Okay, bye. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the fourth and final day of the 2016 Desert Diamond Cup. I'm John Perlman. Alongside me today is everyone's favorite Welshman they don't know, former Marshall Thundering Herd standout, and currently resident of New York City, Guy Bell. How are you today?
I'm fine, John. Good afternoon, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you.
Great. So first game of the day is your hometown team, FC Tucson, taking on the Swope Park Rangers, the undefeated Swope Park Rangers, who have had a tremendous inaugural season, preseason, I guess you would say, and are looking to, again, show the class they've shown against tough MLS opponents, Guy. So far in this tournament, they've drawn Columbus, they defeated the Colorado Rapids, and with a 0-0 draw against Arizona United, are so far undefeated. FC Tucson has been involved last game against Arizona United, suffered a 3-1 defeat, and are looking to bounce back and show the hometown fans some excitement. So we're going to go through the starting lineups real quickly for you. For Swope Park, we have Zach Lubin in goal, Jimmy Mulligan at right back, Omar Ballo and Amir Didic at the center backs. Left back, we have Jacob Campernol, and then playing in the central midfield for them, we have Mohamed Dabo, along with, I'm just checking this, Alex Milano, and as well we have the final center midfielder being Nancil Sebo. And up top, Chris Tierpak, okay, and we have Dane Kelly playing the center forward, and playing as the left-sided player, it looks like it'll be Jimmy Madranda. So for the hometown FC Tucson team, from back to front, we have Marcus Dickerson in goal, Sean Keith at the left back, Yuri Kulikov at center back, along with Nick Edgington at center back as well. Connor Bevins playing the right back. Edgar Reyna is the DCM, along with Carlos Lara. Billy O'Dwyer will take the role as the attacking midfielder in the central. Enrique Aguirre, an open trialist from today, will be playing on the left side. Okay, and Ryan and Min Vu will be playing as our right midfielder, and we're kicking off right now.
Well, John, it's looks like we got another fantastic day here for some soccer, and hopefully we'll get together and watch some good football today.
And it's root front from Lubin right to the feet of Madranda, who tries to play a reverse ball to Tierpak, and it's given away. Excuse me, that looks like Dane Kelly. Apologies there. Tierpak controls. Good job by the little man. A little too much there, but Aguirre showing his class. The class that got him onto this side today, Guy, from the open tryout this morning. What an amazing opportunity. And again, has a Senso experience, okay, in Mexico, Enrique Aguirre. So we can expect some good things from here today on the left side.
Yeah, I understand it was a good turnout for the tryout, and he was the standout performer, and obviously he's earned his spot out here today against the Swope Park Rangers.
Okay, it looks like there's been a bit of change in the starting line. Bob was given. Clayton Zellen's playing the holding midfielder instead of Edgar Reyna. Reyna's been nursing a bit of an injury, and looks like that's a last-minute change. Dallo plays forward. A little bit too far there for Molina. And it looks like also Yuri Kulikov is not available, as he is not playing right now. And in his stead is Mac Merchant, the number 6 player. So a couple changes and big pieces missing there, and a good little flick there. Finds Sean Keith, and Minvu chases down, but offsides. Some big pieces missing today. Kulikov, the Russian veteran, and of course Edgar Reyna, a stalwart, with nearly 20-plus MLS preseason games, Guy. What does FC Tucson have to do to make up for that?
Yeah, they obviously got to wait for the new guys to come in and step up and just perform at a high level. I talked to Kulikov last night. He did have a slight groin pull, so that may explain why he didn't make it to the starting lineup tonight. And obviously, they hope the young lad's going to step in instead of Reyna, who's going to do a good job for them.
And so that's Ryan Morris there playing the left midfielder. And a good move there, but looks like that's right to Dickerson. Okay. Number 33 there, Jacob Von Camberno playing the left back position there. A little heavy on that touch. Ball's played. Carlos Lara challenging, but a good win by Von Camberno, but only as far as Clay Zellen. Down to Ryan Morris, who juggles, Enrique Aguirre, who was clobbered immediately. And Aguirre, a bright start. He's been good on the ball. He's drawn a foul, and he's beaten about 4 people. So this is really a nice addition today. And, of course, FC Tucson always has open tryouts, but haven't had this one close to today. And considering the injuries, this is a big boost that he started off well, Guy.
Yeah, it's been a nice, pleasant surprise. I'm sure Coach Shantz is happy with what his contributions so far in this game.
Keith on the ball, but Lubin there to take it, floated in the wind. And like I said, losing Kulikov loses some of your aerial prowess, that you're going to go to on set pieces. And obviously, Nick Edgington is going to be the target man now. Switched out there by the center back, Didic. Driven wide, Turpak controls. Turpak, the former Chivas USA man, former Austin Aztecs standout. Again, this guy, anywhere he goes, he scored goals. And this is a dangerous wide ball played out to Madranda. Madranda with a left-sided service. Turpak up, but a little bit too firm as Turpak heads it wide. Run down here by number 92. Alex Molina. Alex Milano. My apologies. Tremendous job done to prep me by the Swope Park Ranger staff, and yet still mistakes abound. Guy, what can I tell you? My play-by-play skills are getting better, but I usually know so many teams here, so many adjustments, and I can only blame myself. Ball switched out here through Didic. So Sable, the FC Tucson, the SKC Academy product out of Lagos, Nigeria. And again, the ball played wide here, and this is dangerous. Sobol makes a great run there through, but the Cactus Pricks are in great voice here again, asking the ultimate question: how high does Dan Kelly want the goal? Well, I'll tell you, that's not a guy you want to mess with. Dan Kelly has scored goals all over the USL, hasn't he, Guy? Indeed, he has. Had a pretty good career at this level, John, and not surprising that he's off to another good start today. Marcus Dickerson looking to have his distribution go better today, and so far so good, 2 for 2. He's a tremendous shot stopper for FC Tucson. Well, that's a dangerous, but well headed back to Lubin. Good communication there between the goalkeeper and the left back. Mir Didic looking to play in. Sobol falls down, no one touched him. Clayton Zellen controls, plays back as far as Nick Edgington. The Kiwi looking to switch the field. Marshall player finds Mac Merchant. The local former Scottsdale Blackhawk, U of A club team getting his opportunity, and that's the beautiful thing about here. We took the chance to try to get the best guys from the U of A, Pima, the open tryout, so these guys can see the level and have some opportunity. And Dwyer gives the ball away cheaply there. Madranda driving forward, looking for an inside run by Turpak, and a good tackle there by Nick Edgington. Oh, but a poor clearance as far as Turpak. And you give Turpak 2 chances there, and he's going to usually bury that. And that was a very dangerous opportunity. And now Edgington fixing his shoelaces, but looks to be okay. Poor decision by the right back there. John got caught in possession, and then from there, the Swope Park Rangers broke at pace and then got a shot off, which luckily for FC Tucson amounted to nothing. Looks like Dabo's going to play that holding midfielder with Milano and Selbo playing a little bit higher, Guy. And 4-3-3, Sporting Kansas City, as a club they like to press. Swope Park is looking to mimic their style usually, although so far we haven't seen the high press here in the first 10 minutes. Edgington looking for a diagonal ball, and that's a good one towards Billy O'Dwyer, but it tailed a little bit, and Zach Lubin finds it in his waiting arms. FC Tucson not so clumsy in the start here as they were against Arizona United. But this is a good ball here to Dan Kelly, but Dickerson manages to get enough of a shin on it to play out. And a good clearance there by Dickerson. Minvu is going to have a tough job holding the ball against the two giants that he's faced off. I'm thinking driven balls in the feet. Guy, what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, obviously the two centre backs from Swope Park are very impressive in the air so far in this game, John. I agree, they need to be looking for balls into feet, having their forwards check into the spaces, bring in some link passes in to bring the midfielders into the play as they move forward down the field.
So Connor Bevins, goal scorer from the last game for FC Tucson, playing the right back. He can be moved up to the right midfield, as we saw, with a very cool, calm, and collected finish. And he's had great fortune on this field here as a PDL player and, of course, as a trialist here with FC Tucson, trying to get some more exposure, some more, we'd call it back in the day videotape, but now it's really streamed footage. So these players, if they're not picked up immediately, they can be looked at later when other opportunities happen for them at USL level. Guy.
Yeah, and I think, John, one of the great aspects of this tournament that you put on here is to get young players like Connor some visibility, get them into some really high-quality games so they can show some of the coaching staffs around the country what they can do. And I think that is one of the super values that you bring here with the whole week tournament out here.
Ball back to Dickerson. And, you know, we were saying this before in Coach Shantz. I know Coach Shantz isn't looking for passing sequence to end up at Dickerson's feet under pressure, and that's still happening on occasion. A good ball here. Connor Bevins steps in to head it wide. A poor ball by Daba, brought down well by Enrique Aguirre. Aguirre finds Sean Keith. Sean Keith with a good ball here. Billy O'Dwyer with a no-look pass, but it's given away. Clayton Zellen pushes on. Ryan Morris tries to get a leg in there, but only ball fouls as far as Chris Turpak. Plays it back for Jimmy Mulligan, former Cosmos, St. John's product, playing the right back here. On loan, I believe, from the NASL Cosmos. Diedic wide. Good ball here to Van Campernoll. Driving forward. Finds a dropped in Sobol. Sobol with twisting and turning. Great feet he has, the youngster. A good tackle there and good patience. Bevins, very athletic, very physical, takes a couple hits there, but I really like the work put in there by Carlos Lara. Lara had some difficulties on the ball the previous game, but again, in speaking to him, you know, he was very disappointed in his performance. I knew he'd be looking for a better one today, and Morris gives that one away to a wide open Sean Keith, ends up at the Desert Diamond sign. Brought down here by Milano. Turned by Daba, who pings it out to Van Campernoll. And Madranda driving forward at Bevins. This will be a matchup to watch here. Connor Bevins and Jimmy Madranda. Doubled up there by Morris, but still Van Campernoll is able to get a service off, but easily handled there by Dickerson. And again, Kelly maybe wasn't expecting that, but we'd expect him to be crashing the near post there, wouldn't we, Guy?
Indeed, you know, he's a very good forward. He's got good movement and knows how to make those near post runs. But I think Coach Shantz will be happy with the first 10 minutes of the game. Tucson's intensity has been good, and they've defended quite well up to this point.
And that ball cut out here by Bevins, spinning around. Finds Dickerson's feet. Clayton Zellen coming in deep to pick that up, and I like that. The veteran Zellen, former Phoenix United and Arizona United player, has experience at this level, has the calm. He's got good feet. He's a smart, savvy player, and you know, if he has a good game, that's going to bode well. And a good driven ball there by Carlos Lara. Sean Keith getting forward, and love to see the outside back getting forward. Sean Keith with a vicious free kick last game, somebody who can really help you on the dead ball, but also on any type of service. And the ball swung out there by Madranda, and a low percentage ball like that, it's got to make Coach Shantz happy because, you know, Swope Park's got a lot of talent, a lot of guys that are good on the ball, and so if they're going to be rushed, it's going to be a good situation for FC Tucson. Vu caught off sides. But again, I don't have an issue with that guy. He's got to try to stretch this and, you know, take some chances on these center backs to try to get behind them in balls that are not played with his back to goal, but where he's running onto them.
Absolutely. I mean, there is some pace in this Tucson team, so nothing wrong with looking for those balls into the channel in between the fullbacks and the center backs, and hopefully they can get on the ball and then get some change out of the defensive players to try and create something in the final third.
Van Camperno skipping to the center back. Omar Dallo, former Houston Dynamo man, looking to find his securest spot, I should say. Oh, this is trouble here. Kelly going for near post. I think it would have been better suited to lay that one off to Selbol or potentially Milano, but well held by Marcus Dickerson. And those, like we talked about last game, great presence in the goal on the shot stopping, huge mitts, and just looks like a very, very intimidating character there.
A very good positioning too on the near post. He set his feet early and made a good save in the end.
Another good driven ball here, but right to the head of Van Camperno. Good challenge, no foul there, and Vu finally gets to his feet, and that's what you want. And this is a good position here. It looks like it's a little far out, but I'm telling you, Sean Keith can be vicious from here. Some of the goals he scored yesterday in training against some of the trialists were absolutely bombs. So Vu is going to be a little disappointed. I'm sure he'd like to get a piece of this, but Coach Shantz gave the indication. And what does a player want to do with a free kick like this from a central position, Guy?
Well, he's got a number of different options. He can look for one of the big men if they come up from behind. Want to try and get into some space behind the wall, and then they just need guys to be sort of crashing that box, make sure they stay onside to try and see if they can get something.
Keith drives it, hits the bottom of the wall, comes out as far as Bevins. Bevins, his head up, driven, big switch, but Lubin's going to be able to handle this pretty easily. I'm going to come out in this election year as pro-diagonal ball here, but the service has to be better, Guy, doesn't it?
I agree with you, John. I mean, it's definitely there, but it's not an easy skill to execute, and you've got to strike the ball cleanly and with power to make sure you get it to the other side of the field.
FC Tucson also to see if Minvu is pressing there. They have to press as a group. The number 9 is going to dictate the pressure there. So if he goes, it's really incumbent on Ryan Morris and Billy O'Connor, Carlos Lara, and of course the outside forward Aguirre to press with him.
Yes, John, you're 100% right. Yeah, if it's an effective way to defend, but you've got to defend as a unit and as a group. If there's gaps in between, players of the caliber that Swope Park Rangers have, if you don't go as a group and press together, they will just play the ball around you, and then they're off and running, and then you're stretched and in trouble defensively. So it's an interesting observation. We'll see if Tucson will be able to continue to press as a group as the rest of the game continues.
The ball is driven up. And a little push there by Didic. And another free kick for FC Tucson. Obviously, they wanted. O'Connor plays quickly wide to Morris. Morris looking. Decides to play it back to Connor Bevins. Bevins goes all the way back to Edgington. Switch back and a good spell of possession here by FC Tucson. Merchant plays out to Billy O'Connor's to drop deep to get it. And a good ball here. And this is dangerous. Good early cross. Played away, but only as far as Vu. And this is where Vu can be dangerous, faced up, but he didn't get the first touch he probably wanted. It's going back there. This is a nice spell by FC Tucson, but Vu gives it away cheaply. And Swope Park's off to the races. But a good step in there by Sean Keith. Selbol controls. Finds Milano. 16.5 minutes gone in this first half. 0-0 here. Ball switched well by Selbol. Out to Van Camperno. Milano snaps it in to Kelly. Kelly with a good little move on Edgington. Kelly looking to pull the trigger and does so. Just a bit outside there.
It's a shame. He did some nice work there in the build-up, but then obviously the quality of the finish let him down.
But FC Tucson looking less shaky than they did against Arizona at the onset, but hasn't created the amount of danger. There was a lot more chances in that game early. There were really clear-cut chances.
No, I agree, John. I think Coach Chance will be very happy with the way they've started this first 15 minutes. They've been competitive, the intensity's been good, and they've defended and held their own quite well.
Turpex shoots by. Kelly again in deep, and Kelly's had too much of the ball for my liking from Coach Johnson. A good left foot service, but Connor Bevin steps in nicely, but heads it only as far as Lara. Lara to Keith, and this is a great little sequence, and I'll tell you, Enrique Aguirre's feet have been soft as they come so far. Very calm, very poised in tight areas.
He's had an impressive start to the game. He stepped right in and does not look out of place at all.
You can find Madranda, but it goes all the way back to Lubin. Lubin, no big tests yet. A couple balls he's had to field in the air, but under control for Swope Park in the back. Dollar drives long, but that's straight to Marcus Dickerson. I think if you were Coach Chauncey, you told him through 18 minutes he could be, you know, in a 0-0 position, he would have taken that right away.
I would have taken it all day, John. I think, like we've talked about before, they've shown some good shape. They've tried to do some nice things to try and get the ball to ground when they can.
Forwards. They don't have to win the initial ball here, but they're going to have to start winning these second balls.
Absolutely, those second
Zellin's
balls.
able to do that. Brought down there in the header by Lara all the way back to Edgington. Out to Mac Merchant. Merchant wide. Sean Key slipping in. Geary, two-man game here. Nicely done. A driven ball, but headed away. And a good job again by Carlos Lara battling with Dane Kelly there. And comes out the victor. Again, a lot of long straight balls to very small players, but again, Rick Shantz doesn't want to have what happened last game, which is a bunch of guys getting caught in possession. Swope trying to build out of the back here. Didich. Good win by Bevins. Down, handled well by Vu. Vu finds Bevins. Bevins with a good positive touch here. Bevins continuing his run. The goal scorer looking to make runs out of the back, and Coach Shantz has got to be pleased with that kind of initiative guy.
Yeah, that was the most dangerous that Tucson have looked so far. Good combination play between Vu and Bevins. The kid Bevins has had another good start to the game, using his pace and athleticism to get forward.
Oh, this is trouble. Cell balls through. Edgington, and a complete 100% fabrication there, which is met with no reaction from the referee. Oh, this is another chance for Selbol, though. Can make up for the missed opportunities.
Edgington.
Oh, and somehow Nick Edgington, with the groin trap and the karate kick clearance, finds Enrique Aguirre.
Tremendous
FC Tucson
play.
Bills looks to go the other direction, but it's given away cheaply and won well by Kelly. Good work back there by the number 9 man. And a good tackle that time by Edgington. And again, you can see the quickness and the dynamic, you know, play in the final third by Swope Park Rangers, and the give and goes and the tracking needs to happen from the FC Tucson Centrals and wide players as their players get forward, or there's going to be issues galore.
You're absolutely right, John. I mean, there's great combination play. The Swope Park players look like they're very settled. They look like they've played with each other for a couple of weeks now in preseason. And Tucson and their players are going to have to put in that hard defensive tracking back and working. Otherwise, there's going to be some chances here created as the game goes on.
And ball is played sportingly back to Dickerson. FC Tucson looking to build through Edgington. Swope seemed content to let FC Tucson knock it around here in the back and wait for that long ball that they've been able to cut out. So it's incumbent on FC Tucson to find some of those combinations through the midfield. Right now it's almost like the midfield's been abandoned. Zellin playing almost like a third center back now. Looks like there's a shoe change going on with Clay Zellin at center back. Merchant clearly not liking how his footing's going, so I think he's switching his shoes. He's going to check back in here. Hopefully FC Tucson's none the damage for it. Bevins, again. Connor Bevins. Gonzaga strong right there. The former Bulldog showing his physical prowess as he's able to hold off Madrina and draw the foul.
Bevins not afraid to stick his nose right in there.
O'Connor switches. Billy O'Connor, former Silverback, Dallas, Texas native, looking to make his mark here in the central midfield. Carlos Lara controlling. Merchant switches out all the way. And Edgington drives. That's a good ball to Vu. Vu moved wide. Well, this is where Vu's so good. And again, you just don't want to see Aguirre make that run there. You want to make that run around so he's not bringing players in. That second player towards Min Vu.
Vu held up the ball very well there. He was just screaming out for an overlapping run on the outside, John.
Kelly does a great job of holding that fine cell ball and Turpak into space here. And the Rangers are off and running again. Drop back to cell ball. Probing. All the way wide to Madranda. Madranda looking to beat Bevins, a good service, but right into the hands of Marcus Dickerson.
The giant Satsuma there with the safe hands, John,
That's
once
right.
again.
It's like it's a humongous pumpkin that's just eating up all the Halloween revelers. And a shout out to us and almost driving the ball into the play-by-play crew. Probably because I was so critical of his distribution last time. Milano drops, Van Camberno, Madranda. And again, Bevins has had the best of this matchup so far. Edgington, good feed there. Zellin clipped. Got the play on. Referee checks out. Oh, and a poor giveaway by Mac Merchant. This could be goal number 1. Oh, and Merchant, what a great recovery. And as a coach and a GM, that's what you're asking for. Mistakes happen, but what do you do when they happen? And what you do is you sort them out. In that case, Merchant did. Take us through what happened there, Guy.
Yeah, obviously Merchant got the ball trapped under his foot, took a little too long in possession. The Swope Park Rangers forward pounced on the ball, drove at the goal, but instead of giving up on the play, the number 6 for Tucson, he tracked back, covered, ran back really hard, and when he rounded the goalkeeper, he got a foot on the plate to take it out for a corner. Great defensive recovery by the number 6, Mac Merchant.
Right to Turpak's head. Turpak got to do better with that. But another corner kick. Driven ball here from Milano. Good challenge there by Nick Edgington. And Ryan Morris as well, the diminutive forward. Again, still getting up and making a difference there, but only as far as Jimmy Mulligan. Bends in a good dipping ball. So that was Milano again, my apologies. Mulligan holding with this. Oh, and it's a break here by Enrique Aguirre. Can O'Dwyer play quickly here? Way too slow, too many touches. And draws the foul, but again, he's got to find, Tucson breaking 4v3 there. He's got to find the next level immediately, doesn't he, Guy?
Yeah, it's a shame for a split second. The switch was on there, John, with our 25 streaking down the right-hand side for Tucson.
Especially with both center backs vacated and up the field. That's really when you have an opportunity when you're going against DCMs who are covering there who aren't comfortable in that position.
Exactly. So we need a little more composure and a quick decision
to here again. And a couple of the center backs have drifted off into territory that's not comfortable for them. They just need to get the ball off their foot. Dickerson plays wide here. Finds Merchant right under the U of A. Club star's foot. Couple dodgy moments for Merchant in the last 5 minutes. He's got to clear his head and get his confidence back.
Yeah, it looks like his concentration levels have dropped a little bit, John.
Two-man game here with his DCM compatriot, Dabo. Didic looking to play forward. Milano checks in well. Poor touchdown, and Vu's able to get a hold of it. Vu has got to play Zelen on the reverse here, and Zelen's going to need some numbers in the area. Zelen tries to get off the early cross, and a good block on the recovery by the defensive center midfielder, number 69, Mohamed Dabo. Dabo, a Senegal man, Inter Milan pedigree. Madranda, I didn't see a lot there, but Bevins trying to stop him from playing quickly. And I think a wise decision by Bevins here. Didic switches out to Mulligan. Only 29 minutes in here. 0-0 still. Grandstand Stadium here. Kino Sports Complex, Tucson, Arizona. Fourth and final day, the Tucson Desert Diamond Cup. So far, no blood here. Wide to Mulligan. Mulligan plays a good ball into Kelly, who turns easily. Dribbling in, but well tucked in by Connor Bevins. Bevins doesn't see any options, decides to go back to a center back, Edgington. And this is a little bit tough position to receive a ball here. But Bevins cleverly handles it. A no look from Zelen, given away, but handled by Min Vu. Vu finds Edgington. And there's some moments where you just see the calm in Connor Bevins and some true quality. But man, that was a tough place to receive a ball, and getting pressed there is going to be difficult if he gives that ball away. See Tucson are enjoying a little bit of possession here through Carlos Lara. Zelen. Edgington. And a nice little rhythm here. And FC Tucson needs to do this because it allows their players to rest as well when you're doing a little bit more defending than you like. Keeping the ball is the best way to defend, isn't it, Guy?
Absolutely, John. It's going to keep the Swope Park Rangers honest as well.
And just as I say that, giving away, Madranda streaking. Good recovery here by Ryan Morris. But Madranda turns him easily, and ooh.
Good strike, just shaved the top of the crossbar there, John. He's a
He-
dangerous player, Madranda. He's got good technical ability, he can run at players, and he will get some space there. That was probably the best chance of the first half.
And that's the danger when your outside backs start to streak forward. Connor Bevins caught out, given away when they felt like they had good, easy possession, and then he's got to streak back. And even though a little confusion between him and Morris, a good job by Morris just to get on his horse and get back there and slow Madranda down a bit and make him maybe rush the shot a little bit more than he wanted to.
Exactly. So definitely good tracking back there by the 25 for Tucson.
If Madranda is able to load up from 8-10 yards out the rest of the day, it's going to be a long day for FC Tucson. Dickinson, a little bit of a miss hit straight to Madranda. Edgington challenges, heads it down directly to Madranda, but well won by their Billy O'Connor. Good anticipation. Connor looking to pick it up. Switches it. Pings a good ball there out to Merchant, who lays a hospital ball here for Clayton Zelen, who deals with it. And again, 2v2 here, and Merchant's got to get back. This is a tough situation. Oh, and Edgington goes to the ground here. And 1-0. And, that's the difficult part when a player is thrust into duty. Obviously, Kulikov was the first choice there. Merchant, again, but it was completely unnecessary. All he's got to do is snap that ball into his wide player there, and a bit too casual.
As a central defender, John, when you've got the ball at your feet, you've got to make good early decisions, yeah. That was a terrible pass, square, short, wasn't crisp, left the center midfielder out to dry there, and then got his pocket picked, and you can't do that against players of this quality, and the forward from Swope Park Rangers drove into the box, crossed it, and dispatched the goal. 1-0 Swope Park Rangers.
FC Tucson's got to get right back on the horse here. 32 minutes in. FC Tucson down 1-0. And what's been a good first half, a good competitive first half. Good ball here by Sean Keith. A great tackle there by the center back Dallo. Controlled and then wins it. Mulligan plays forward to Selbo. And Selbo streaking past Sean Keefe. Selbo's pace been on display here, and his cleverness as well. Turpak. Good ball here. And a good streaking run by Jimmy Mulligan, but his first touch let him down, guy.
Yes, obviously Jimmy, very good player. I know him from the East Coast, of course. Good run. Unfortunately, just a little heavy on that first touch, and it went out for a goal kick. FC Tucson.
And like we said, with the recovery Merchant made earlier, Merchant's got to forgive himself and just move on with the match. That's part of getting to the next level is really about that kind of professionalism. You're going to make mistakes, but, you know, you can eat. Oh. And it's stuffed there by Dickerson, but well helped there by Connor Bevins' decision to head it right back to. And here's Dickerson part two. He drives that one forward, and that's an excellent ball towards the number 5 player, Enrique Aguirre. We haven't called his name enough. I think they really try to get him the ball to his feet, because when he has gotten the ball, he's been dynamic, but we haven't seen that in maybe 15, 20 minutes, guy.
Yeah, I agree. He's kind of drifted out of the game a little bit, John. Again, that may be part of the fact that he's kind of been starved for possession and hasn't done a lot of good quality balls being played into feet coming through the midfield. But you're right, he was one of Tucson's most dangerous players in that first 10, 15 minutes. And he seems to have gone a bit quiet.
Oh, and a little bit too cute here by Swope Park. And wise decision there by the goalkeeper, Zach Lubin, to send it off and into the air. So 2 weeks of unbelievable weather we've had here. Again, talking about the weather reminds me how old I am now, but again, you can't say it enough. 80 degrees and sunny, beautiful match to play football in. The wind's picked up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a factor, but so far hasn't been a decisive factor for either team. Both teams are dealing with it quite well. Driven ball here. Edgington does well to head it away. And Merchant quickly clears it and probably wishes he had done that earlier. Good touch here again by Aguirre, and you can just see the quality. Good little flick here. Good little sequence by Tucson here. Lara streaking forward. Morris had plenty of time to get a first touch on that guy.
Yeah, he actually had a little more time than he thought there. Campanelle didn't close it down straight away. That was actually a really nice switch of the field by Tucson. I would like to see a bit more of that. Try and get the Swope Park Rangers playing moving and shifting. But a good move in the end, but unfortunately it came to nothing for FC Tucson.
Ball played in here. Streaking forward. Didic plays to but gives it away. Morris has it again. See, Morris is looking for that diagonal. Finds Connor Bevins, who makes a poor touch. Checks the ground to see for what on the ground caused. I think that's just a poor touch on his part. And the center back Dahl controls. Again, it's probably no arguing 1-0 is a fair when you look at the types of chances and quality. But again, the way it went down, I think the 2 giveaways, one of them should have been finished. I guess it's fortunate when you consider the block that was made. And there goes Dane Kelly. Bevins, a good job there tracking. Good tackle there by Van Cabernet. Ball falls to my feet, and I'm able to do nothing with it. Sobo plays back, and Kelly beats Aguirre to it. Oh, and Mulligan gives it away. Only as far as Didic. Lara trying to tackle, but can't keep his feet. Dabo driving forward, finds a Van Camberno, and the left peg is used. As far as Edgington, controlled by Bevins. See, Tucson's going to want to build out of here. Bevins holding. Again, too many touches, and Turpak finds it. Bevins looking for the foul, but he's got to get that off his foot. And Cameron probably hasn't seen himself this far up the field in quite some time. Kelly looking in a good tackle there by Sean Keith. And again, when there's nothing there, it's just got to be driven. And I heard Coach Johns before the game, when you have nothing there, it's got to be pinged long to the flag. And even if Vu can't run every single one down, it allows them to clear their lines and regain their composure and build the way they want to build. And you don't want to build with 10 guys in your own half of the field, do you, Guy?
Absolutely not, John. You're right. He's got to make quick decisions when you're on the ball. You're not going to get a lot of time and space. And you cannot afford to give away possession in that area of the field because it's just going to bring more pressure onto you, and that's when goal scoring opportunities will arise.
Just about the 38th minute here. 1-0 Swope Park Rangers. Nadal with a forging run. And I don't know if Coach Dos Santos wants to see his center backs making those kind of runs, but no one's going to step in his way, and he can go 60 yards uncontested. What can you say?
Yes, it was actually a good run by the big man from the back there. Foul just outside the box, and so we're going to have a Swope Park Rangers free kick. It looks like it's going to be swung in by Madranda with his left leg.
And the left-footed bending ball by Madranda, handled easily by Tiggerson. Good job by Vu. A great piece of great touch here. Vu trying to turn. Captain Vu. And they dropped off, and Vu's able to get some momentum going here forward. And a good run here by Morris. Morris this time gets his hips around it. But Madranda is in a good place to win it. And Sobol, there's a good first-time ball out to Tierpak. Tierpak holds. Lies Madranda. Madranda's dropped in deep. It looks like right now Milano is playing up in the left side. Interchangeable here a bit. Milano dropping in to pick this up from Dabo. Madranda drifting out just to find the game. Cell ball. Milano. Good tackle there. Then Aguirre, who makes a good play, fouled after the play.
Swope Park Rangers player left his foot in after the ball went there, John. Hence the free kick to Tucson.
Morris driving forward. Morris, O'Connor. Again, you want to give Vu that ball isolated. 6 touches later, the ball in Sporting Kansas City's feet. A good job here by Sean Keith. It just has to connect here. Good. Connects with Aguirre. Zellin switching it out wisely. Edgington out to Billy O'Connor. And Vu looking to get forward here. Cuts Madranda, good control here. Vu probing. Good flick, and Swope breaking. And a good ball here. This is a tough matchup for Edgington, 1v1 Kelly. Kiwi's just got to hold him up till his help's back and does so. Sobol, Edgington, but only as far as Dabo. Mulligan serves. Floats it out to Kelly. Kelly controls with a little bit too much time. Tierpak falls, and referee is none too impressed. Looks like it was a good tackle there by Merchant. 1-2, nicely done here. Morris. And again, there's been some cynical fouls here in the break by Swope. I'm not one to call for yellow cards, but one leaving the feet, no attempt to play the ball there. Jersey grab. To me, it's a yellow card, Guy.
Yeah, I agree, John. I mean, that's the second or third one we've seen now where players have been sort of leaving their foot in after the ball's clearly gone. And it was a shame because Tucson had a little bit of a break and were advancing down the field at that time.
Merchant, Zellin, O'Connor. O'Connor just refuses to release that ball, and there's been some good runs here.
I'd love to see your quicker decisions, John. I mean, you've had a couple of times where, as you say, the Tucson players have made intelligent runs in behind.
Lara going all the way.
The ball hasn't come.
Good pressure by Carlos Lara here, and Edgington should win this, and does so. But again, he's got to direct. Oh, and a bad giveaway here. Can O'Connor play quickly? Good ball by Lara here. Morris, see Tucson's got some numbers. Morris is going, I'm looking to cross. Left-footed low cross. Didic pings it out to Madranda. Good first touch. Slips. Zellin running hard against Selpol. It's a tough matchup for Zellin. He's going to push him into his help. Good reverse ball here to Kelly. Kelly runs it down. Edgington there. Screaming for the penalty for Tierpak, but it's not had. Connor looking to switch. Does so through Aguirre, and Aguirre's on the ball, which I really wanted to see more of. Aguirre looking to play a two-man game with Vu. Vu from distance. Troubles Lubin a little bit with the wind, but Lubin holds well.
Decent enough strike from Vu there, but I don't think he was going to beat Lubin from that distance shot.
Coming towards our 45th minute here, and good cut there by Kelly. This is a good ball. Madranda spinning, turning. Good help there by Sean Keith. Tierpak going to be called for a pass back on that one, huh, Guy?
Like a daisy cutter to
Excuse me, Tierpak. And again, Tierpak, usually a lethal finisher. I think he's going to come away from this half disappointed he hasn't taken one of these 3 or 4 chances, but may have an argument. We'll have to look at the stream another time, Guy, about some of these penalties. Good ball here from Dickerson. Lays it right to the feet. Edgington. O'Connor. Two-man game here. So maybe looking just to get out of the half here. Driven ball by Edgington. That's an excellent ball. Aguirre 1v1 here. Played to Keith. Keith puts it on his preferred left peg. Driven in. And a good ball here by Mulligan to spring Selbol. Tierpak doesn't have numbers here. He's probably going to pull this back, and does so. Mulligan finds it. Mulligan serves a good far post ball. Selbol, great first touch. But again, Bevins does a good job to get his body in front of him. Bevins plowing through. And O'Connor controls. O'Connor lays it back to Merchant. Referee's checking his watch. Don't think there's going to be much injury time here. And that's all for the first half here. Kino Grandstand Stadium, 4th day Desert Diamond Cup. John Pro with Guy Bell here. 1-0 at the half. Swope Park Rangers on a goal off a turnover. Guy, any thoughts on the end of the half?
Well, I think it's been a really good competitive game so far, John. I thought Tucson gave a good account of themselves for the first 15-20 minutes. Obviously, Swope Park Rangers clearly kind of exerted their dominance in that last 15-20 minutes of the half. But I think 1-0 fair result so far in the way the game has gone.
All right, so we're going to be back with you for the second half in about 10 minutes. Don't go away. John Proman for Guy Bell. This is the Desert Diamond Cup with FC Tucson on our YouTube channel. And we're back here for the second half. Kino Grandstand Stadium, John Perlman alongside the Welshman Guy Bell, who has been given some great instructions to speak louder, and I've been given great instructions to stop saying and because we all know how annoying that is. There's been some changes here, and this is always the challenging part for us, the substitutions. We'll get them to you as quickly as we can. We appreciate your patience with us. And the kickoff for FC Tucson. Alejandro Gonzalez looks like he's in for Billy O'Dwyer, and it looks like Carlos Lara has made way for number 4 as well. I'll get you the name on that. Kyle Van Alstine looks like he's playing left back. Garrett Andriata is taking up the center back position. Nick Edgington's still in. Now, a lot of changes here by Rick Johnson. He's letting a lot of the younger guys and some trialists play here along with Min Vu. And I think that's a good thing, Guy, right? I mean, there's nothing to be gained here by just doing the same thing. And but again, against this lineup with this kind of quality, this thing could get out of hand if they're not careful.
I agree, John. I understand why he's made those changes, probably because of 1 or 2 of those mistakes that were made right before the halftime whistle. It'll be interesting to see what the new guys can do and whether they can come into the system, play good, intelligent soccer, keep the ball moving, and try and create something against what is turning into looking like a very, very strong Swope Park Rangers outfit.
So Eddie Guerra on the right-hand side came from the open tryout today. He's the trialist on the right-hand side. It's Angel Heredia pressing here as Dalo plays forward. Dominic Iovina, who featured in the first game, finding on to Alejandro Gonzalez. A good turn there by Heredia. Heredia, the former U18 national player, soon to be Cal Riverside man, and Pima College All-American. Good interplay here between Enrique. Oh, and this is good. Enrique Aguirre driving forward. Lays it off, looking for Heredia, but can't find him. As far as Selbo looking to play forward. Van Alstine pressuring and dropping back. Van Alstine also a Pima College player. That ball slipped in here to number 92, Alex Molina. And Chris Turpak, offsides.
So we saw a little lucky there, John. The fullback lost his bearings a little bit, but fortunately for them, the Turpak offside.
Michael Juarg, the former Heidelberg player out of Ohio. And again, another trialist from the open tryout here. Performed well, and he's getting an opportunity right back for Connor Bevins. Min Vu, the captain, stays on along with Aguirre, Edgington, and of course, Marcus Dickerson in the goal. Number 44 is on right now for the Swope Park Rangers, and that player is Thomas Granito. He featured in the first match against Arizona United, had some good moments in that 0-0 draw, which was earlier in the tournament. That's a good ball in here. Alejandro Gonzalez looking to hold the ball up. He's able to do so. Spins out of it. Guerra, 1-2. Good touch there by Gonzalez. And already Gonzalez looking more comfortable in the second match. There's a good switch here through Iovino. Great start by the new players, but given away, and Dane Kelly's on it. It's these breaks that are going to be so crucial that FC Tucson's able to step in and deal with them. Edgington does a good job of covering there for the youngster, Michael Jorg, who had ventured up the field. Andriata trained with FC Tucson over the summer. He is a former Pima College stalwart, okay? And now an Embry-Riddle starter, the NAIA school up in, and you can see he features the long throw, and he threw that about 50 yards to Min Vu. That's a weapon Gary Andriata has and was used to take Pima all the way almost to the national championship in junior college. Again, a bit of Rory Delap there, if you will. Some of you guys are huge fans of Hull and as well fans of the Premiership. I believe that's Hull. Is that correct?
Yes, he played for Hull, also Stoke City, famous for his long throw in those windy Tuesday night matches at the Britannica Stadium.
And fair enough, and unfairly, just not to get off on a tangent here, but Rory Delap's an excellent player. He happens to feature a long throw, and I would not put Gary Andriata in his class, but Gary Andriata definitely can throw that ball. And, you know, gimmicky or not, and given away poorly by Edgington. We'll see Andriata 1v1 with Kelly. He's got to get his body in front and does a tremendous job there to force the corner kick guy.
Yeah, he did a nice recovery there. The centre back, not an easy thing for him to do. He was had to swivel his hips very quickly, but made a nice play on the ball to clear it out for a corner by the looks of it.
Looks like Milano's going to be on this ball. Alex Milano, the former Dallas City FC man, Dallas, Texas native, looking to make his mark here. Corner played in and headed away there. But only as far as Guerra, who doesn't get much on it, but Garrett Andriata steps out. And Minfu's 1v1 here if he can take advantage of it. Streaking towards Dabo, waiting for help. Probably a good decision. Good track there. Oh, unlucky. Van Alstine, Vu looking for the foul there. And a good play by the lone player, Jimmy Mulligan. Good tackle by Edgington. As far as Gonzalez spinning. Edgington looking to switch it all the way and does so. With Van Alstine. Pima man plays the ball in and Vu finds it, although he missed his initial player and falls to Aguirre. Aguirre, the quick left footer, Alvino to Heredia. Heredia has great range of passing with that left foot. He's looking to play wide, but there's not much wide right now. FC Tucson looking a bit narrow here, and I'm not sure if that's by design. And poor ball there by Van Alstine, and he tucks in partial shame. Switch there by Dabo. Poor touch by the left back, who had a very, very good first half. Jacob Van Kempernoll got forward a bunch of times, did a good job dealing with the speedster from FC Tucson. Ryan Morris, who's now out of the game, and all the way back here to Dickerson, who plays a pressured ball to Andriata, who very casually plays the ball past a Sabal, who probably, if he was paying better attention, they could have stole that. It's not a bad ball, but again, Vu's done a lot of running, and Van Alstine has to be aware of that. Yeah, Vu's telling him to calm down. Van Alstine shot out of the gate, waiting for this opportunity, and obviously with unbridled enthusiasm, but maybe not a perfect awareness. And well done there by Mike Juarg. Good calm ball here. Guerra holding the ball a bit too long, but somehow comes away with it. Referee unimpressed. Guerra trying to, and again, these are young player balls, right? Trying to hit a home run when we can use a couple singles.
Exactly. Just a little more composure, John, is what's needed. You know, after you've won the ball, get your head up, get the ball out of your feet quickly, look for one of your teammates, and then move off into space.
Dabo finds Turpak underneath. This is trouble. And just wide there. And Granito's got to feel like he should have done better with that.
He should absolutely have hit the target there, John. It was a lovely move, a good penetrating pass, lovely flick by the forward. And then the trailing man, 44, came through. Should have got that on target.
And this is definitely a function of a tired back four, because someone has to get out there with Turpak. He cannot just float into that midfield, pick the ball up, and start on a sprint. Someone's got to step out there, whether it's the center back, you know, in that situation, Edgington, with, you know, the new player, Mike Jorg, tucking in. But somebody has to come out there and disrupt that pass so that a negative ball is played. Am I wrong on this guy?
No, you're absolutely right, John. And again, that comes from communicating with your teammates. They've got to push, close the space, and then try to disrupt those passing lanes so those kind of flicks and balls are not able to get into the danger area like we just saw there.
Not a bad ball by Jorg to Gonzalez, but Didge comes across to break it up. And the throw-in will be taken by Van Kempernoll. Excuse me. Madrid has also left the match as well. I'm just looking to see who that replacement is for him.
Poor giveaway there by the Tucson left back, John.
Number 42, Alberto Sanchez, the Guadalajara native, has come in. Oh, a good bit of footwork there. Milano's got some good feet. guy, and he's shown that in moments here.
Some good technical football on display here with some very, very good players, John. Good quick feet, good technicians, and they're making good decisions as they move into the final
Avino
third.
finds Aguirre. Brew trying to play off the back shoulder there. Finds Avino. Avino moving the ball. Finds Edgington. Like I said, FC Tucson doesn't have to rush this in. They can enjoy a little bit of possession here. Juark steps through well. Finds Guerra. Guerra looking to play. And again, wisely plays it back. Again, for all that's happened, 1-0 Guy Bell.
They're still in this game, John. Tucson.
This is what's killed them. And I have no sympathy for Gary Argiana here as the general manager, and Rick Shantz won't either, because simply he's got to get rid of that ball quicker. You can end up in those type of challenges. Good tackle there by Iovino to stop another break from happening. And again, these passes that aren't played in crisp, and this just dribbling without a purpose by center backs is a tough lesson for these young players to learn. And this is the place where you're going to get punished.
You're
Difference
absolutely
between
right.
an NAI game, a junior college game, or a Division I game. These are the best of those players. And some internationals as well. You've got to do a better job of moving the ball quickly and simply. Stepped in front there by Van Campernoll. Played in again. Good strike. Oh! Smacks off the post. Sobol and blocked. That was an absolute bomb there by Granito. And so I guess he heard your words and heeded them, Guy Bell, as that was on frame and literally on frame.
Yeah, it was a tremendous strike from Granito there. Got his head over the ball, struck crisply through the ball itself, and did everything but score. The goalkeeper Dickerson beating all hands up there on that strike.
A shout out to our sponsors, Quick Goal. Only a quality Quick Goal is going to be able to handle that. Out to Mulligan. Mulligan and Gonzalez steps in front of him. Corner kick to be taken by Selbol here. Selbol drives it looking for the far post. Headed back by Sanchez, but into the arms of Dickerson. Dickerson looking to play quickly to Vu. And why not? A little bit of juggling, but Zabo does a nice job and pings a beautiful ball to Chris Tierpak. Tierpak driving inside on Guerra. Tierpak as if he was standing still. Tierpak still going. Good job by Ottavino, the slow play down and a good tackle. Then that should be, again, that's a really, really cynical pull down there. And again, it's preseason, but what attempt was on the ball there? How is that not a yellow card? It's very, very cynical. '57th minute here, and beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Staring at the Rincon Mountains here on your stream. Catalinas are to the left if you're looking on television or on your computer screen through your television. Beautiful day here, 4th round, Desert Diamond Cup. Swope Park Rangers 1-0 over FC Tucson on a first half goal. Who was that goal scorer again, Guy Bell?
I believe it was
Checking our notes here.
I believe it was Madranda with the goal.
Goal scorer has left the match. Heredia gives it up. One back. Dabo does a good job there. Looks like the subs are coming on. That was not Dabo. Selbol higher up the field here against Van Alstine. Van Alstine trying to run with Selbol. Manages to slow him down up, but that's a good deflection there. Oh, no deflection. Goal kick. We'll get you the subs, like I said, as quickly as we can identify them. Another sub coming on here.
Another good run from Selbol. He's been the standout performer for me so far, John. Really, really technical player. Dangerous, can drive by the defenders.
Yeah.
And again,
Walifi's come on, the former Corinthians man in the central midfield. Looks like he's replaced Milano. And that'll be the end of the day for Selbol, and a good day it has been. I would agree with you on that. He relinquishes the captain's band to Van Campernoll, who stayed on along with Didic. Okay, Omar Ballo and Jimmy Mulligan, the back four stayed the same. And it looks like moving on to the field is number 45, a standout from the last game, and that is Faik Hajdarovic.
He's the forward out of St. Louis University.
Shout out to Mark Dos Santos for finding the players with the most difficult names to pronounce. Walifi and, once again, the substitute, Hajdarovic.
I also have seen him play in college, John. Very good forward. Again, out of that great St. Louis program run by Mike McGinty.
Tierbeck tries to control it. And if the yellow comes out here, maybe it's going to be a verbal warning. That was payback. I mean, there's no question. That's why that first yellow has to come out. That's why it's so important to me, Guy. A headlock into a slam, and then the next challenge is a high challenge there. And that's really what you don't want to see happening here in preseason. You want everyone to come out of this just fine. And looks like there's going to be a right back change here. It's going to be a day for Mulligan on the next substitution. So if Jimmy Mulligan wants to get his goal and his assist in, he's going to have to do it before the next out-of-bounds play. Dabo plays it, swings it back all the way to Ballo. Oh, and Mulligan steps in front of Aguirre. Played in. Aguirre trying to step in. Mulligan looking to serve. Does a great dipping ball. Tierpack unable to run that down. Goal kick for FC Tucson. And like I said, I believe this is going to be Johnny Grant coming on the right back. He was the starter against Arizona United. Grant, former FC Montreal man, very athletic player that Mark Dos Santos would like to see develop. Aguirre controls, finds Heredia. Heredia back to Van Alstine. Van Alstine finds Iovino, the substitute defense center midfielder. Looking for Guerra, but the ball just never quite got there. .62 minute here, Tucson, Arizona. 1-0, Swope Park Rangers holding that lead on a first half goal by Jimmy Madranda, who's now left the match. As a set piece opportunity, and Heredia, a very good left-footed ball here, dipping. Question is, who's the target man? You hope Edgington can get his head on this. Big opportunity for FC Tucson to equalize, and the home fans would love to see this. Heredia, bending, swirling ball, but into the waiting basket catch of the goalkeeper, Zach Lubin.
Looks like the wind took that into the keeper's arms there, John, and it was a shame because it was a good position there for Tucson.
Ball driven forward here. Iovino tracking, shielding, does a good job there. And some good defensive effort from him so far here. And like we said, these midfielders need to be tracked, and there needs to be some initial pressure on the outside forwards. Heredia controls. Gonzalez, a number of Pima players on the park right now. Guerra, the trialist from the open tryout out of California. Cal State San Marcos. Van Alstine looks to go forward, thinks better of it. Goes all the way back to Marcus Dickerson. Dickerson finds Edgington. Juarg plays back. Vu coming a little bit deeper into the midfield, switching with Iovino there. Ball given away and controlled by Swope. Like I say, if Alejandro Gonzalez is going to press there, the team has to press with him. Good effort by Jorg. He just kind of stepped on the ball, but it was a good step there. But Tierpak's off the other direction. Tierpak in a great little ball here to number 33, the streaking Van Kampenol. But it goes out for a goal kick. Nothing worse than making that 70-yard trudge, is it, Guy, and then coming away with nothing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I made many of those in my day, of course. But a little too much pace on the ball, and obviously back to the big goalkeeper now for the goal kick.
Play on, and the advantage was not there as Heredia was mauled by Granito and pinged across to Michael Jorg. Finds Nick Edgington. Edgington to Iovino. Cuts it back to Edgington. A little bit too firm here. Edgington's going to have to go route one and out of bounds. So Swope realizing they've got something here and pressing these center backs, and I think that's going to continue, especially some fresh legs in the match here. Andriata doesn't think twice about going forward with that. Alejandro Gonzalez does a good job with Van Kampenol. Tries to back him in, but is unable to. This is looking a little bit more 4-4-2 as he, isn't it, Guy?
Yep, I agree there, John. I mean, they've slightly changed the
formation. Looks a little bit pinched in. Jorg, good job there. FC Tucson. That's a good ball by Heredia, and this is a chance for Vu. Vu touches. Just didn't get the first touch he wanted. I'd love to see a little bit more positive first touch towards the goal and away from the substitute defender.
Yeah, I think the ball actually got caught up in the wind a little bit, made it a little more difficult for Vu than he thought. And again, as you said, the touch.
Yeah, I
not
think
a great
Johnny
first
Grant
one.
didn't know too much about it. If he could have brought it down and run him, that would have been a good situation. Good touch there by the substitute, Hajderovic. Hajderovic driving, good hit, but well held there by Marcus Dickerson.
Looks like we have a Swope Park Rangers player down, John. I think that is Van Kampenau. Looks like he may have a little bit of cramp.
Conveniently, there are 3 Swope Park guys stationed at the side. I'm not saying anything, but I could be saying something. I think Mark Dos Santos wanted to get his next group in for the next, 25-plus minutes to get a run out. Understandably so. Van Kampenol, the captain's day is done. Looks like Bala's going over to grab that captain's band. Bala's day is done as well. And we'll get you the substitutes as soon as we can figure them out. 77, Tyler Pasher replacing Chris Tierpak, the left-sided attacking player who performed very well in the first game. Former Pittsburgh Riverhound man. Number 26, Tommy Meyer. Meyer, the former Galaxy man. Looking to find himself some minutes at the center back position. Alejandro Gonzalez out to Andriata. Andriata hits the driver towards Vu. Vu getting hung all over by number 56, the left back substitute, and that is Ezra Armstrong. The academy player, the Sporting Kansas City Academy player, has taken his opportunity here. Like I say, FC Tucson getting a chance to work a little bit against a second group here from Swope. Hopefully this is an opportunity to score a goal here.
Hopefully we can get a good quality delivery here, John, into the box and maybe get on the end of it for Tucson.
Ball served in, bending ball here. Oh, spent away, but falls. A good block there by Van Alstine to keep it in. Here's an opportunity here for Enrique. Far post, Edgington. Oh, right into the hands of Lubin.
It's a good-
Edgington looked like he was in good position there, but just couldn't get the required power. And Sporting Kansas City is off the other way through the substitute. Armstrong. Diedic switches it. Tommy Meyer. Meyer looking. There's the checking midfielder, Granito. Again, Dabo getting extra minutes today. Dabo looking to switch and does so. Good touch by Pasher, and Pasher looking for the two-man game. But again, I like how the right back stepped out there. Dwarg, that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
But now, in that vacated position, Pasher's come up with the ball running at the Kiwi. Edgington with a great block there.
Yeah, the big fella did
And
very well there,
pleading
John.
for a goal kick as he felt like he blocked it off him. I think he might have a case there. And the FC Tucson faithful are none too pleased.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great defensive play by the big Kiwi at the back there. Their forward is running at him at pace, but he recovered well, put himself in a good position, and then made a nice play on the ball to knock the ball out.
Looks like it's Pasher on this corner kick. The left footer is going to bend this in. And Edgington does a good job again of heading the ball out. Edgington's been the workhorse today. And cleared away there by Michael Dwarg. As far as the academy man, Ezra Armstrong. And Pasher with a great little shoulder drop. Looking for the far post ball here. I believe that's out of bounds for a goal kick. And it is. Substitute. And that is the end of Nick Edgington's day. And not a bad day for Nick Edgington, to be honest with you.
No, he's probably been Tucson's standout defender today, John. I thought he was great in the air. His distribution was good for the most part, played under composure, good crisp passing, and he had a good game today, the big fella from New Zealand.
And Santi Carrillo, the former RSL Academy star, the former Pima center back, making his debut, the hometown player. And this is a lot of Pima. This is a all-time Pima team here you're looking at. You know, very good. I mean, Vin Vu again, Pima to Penn State, and this is not a discredit to Pima College that has produced a number of top players the last 3 or 4 years that have gone on to good Division I careers. So, obviously, it's going to be a proud moment for Dave Cosgrove. If you're watching out there, Dave, I hope you're doing well. You know, a lot of your players getting opportunities today. It's a really good thing for the hometown, and I'm sure the fans here are pleased to see these players getting an opportunity. '67th minute here, Tucson, Arizona. Kino Grandstand Stadium. The first match of the quadruple header. On the north field is the Houston game right now. I get you a score update if I can find that for you. As they take on Sporting Kansas City in one of the number of consolation matches before tonight's final. And you got to get out here if you're watching this stream for tonight's final. It's going to be a great game. New England Revolution, led by Coach Jay Heaps, taking on Columbus Crew and former national team standout Greg Berhalter's men. The yellow card comes out swiftly on a tough challenge there by Eddie Guerra. Well, halfway through this half, and FC Tucson doesn't have a shot that I can recall. I think that's a little disappointing for Coach Shantz. I think he's trying to add that second striker. I don't want to go as far as saying throwing caution to the wind, but if you can add another forward, you probably want to see more from them. And now maybe Alejandro Gonzalez is up top by himself, and Minvu trying to pick the ball up in that second striker role, that underneath player. What is FC Tucson? Where do you see the weakness here that FC Tucson might be able to exploit?
Well, it's a difficult one for the team from Tucson, John. I mean, they're just a little outmanned in the midfield. I think we've seen that especially in this second half. The Swope Park Rangers midfield players are connecting very well. They're putting their passes together and they're moving down the field. And it doesn't seem to be that Tucson are coming through the middle of the field with any pace at all, which is kind of allowing the Swope Park Rangers team to sit in. When those big long balls come over the top, the big defenders are picking everything off. They're winning the second balls and then basically snubbing any sort of offensive pressure that Tucson may try to force onto them as they come up the field.
Correction for all the fans out there at home, it was Dane Kelly on the finish. Apologies all around. Dane Kelly, the goal scorer, and he has scored so many goals in USL Pro, and I know that Coach Dos Santos is hoping that's a trend that will continue into the regular season for them. Ball played out to Tommy Meyer. Hajdarevic coming a bit inside. Academy player Ezra Armstrong on the ball. Hajdarevic, a wide ball here to number 47. Mark Anthony Gonzalez has come on the forward of Toronto, Ontario. Dabo's day is over. Mark Anthony Gonzalez is on for him. Good day for Dabo as well as the DCM guy. Head away by Santi Carrillo. Eddie Guerra coming out to help there. FC Tucson a bit on their heels here, hoping to clear their lines and create an opportunity to equalize this game. Still 1-0. Carrillo steps to try to clear it, but is unable to. Aguirre showing his quick little feet, breaks out, but a little too much there, and number 55 comes away with it for Sporting KC. Amir Didic, who's still up the field from the corner kick. Michael Juarg, welcome to the game. A little too much dribbling out of the back here, bailed out, looked like by Tyler Pasher.
Clear foul, though, by the Swope Park Rangers forward. But as you said, the fullback a little lucky there to not get caught in possession.
Alberto Ochoa is playing the high position. Again, a little grabbing here. Alejandro Gonzalez plays a good early ball here. Eddie Guerra. FC Tucson down 1 goal in the Swope Park half. Hey, you never know. That's why you're playing. Like we said, Garrett Andriana is throwing his vicious from here. Who the target man would be now, I'm not sure, as most of the Giants have left the building for FC Tucson. Jawarg at 6'1" is probably the tallest player, and this is a good throw-in. Jawarg did make a crossing run, and that is, like he said, a vicious weapon when used appropriately.
It's as good as
Kansas City succumbing to the pressure here. And maybe it's youthful exuberance is what it's going to take to equalize, Guy Bell.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, now that Tucson's in and around the box, we've got another strong flat throw, which is as good as a cross, really, the way it's coming in so far. And we'll see if they
He's going to
get
this low one on the line drive. Another good near post. Headed away well by Johnny Grant. Only as far as Angel Heredia. Finds Santi Carrillo. Carrillo with a quick little ball into Van Alstine. Van Alstine looking to make a little Cruyff turn there, but it's taken away. And he's 1-up by his counterpart. Granito looking to switch quickly. A good job by Jorg. Oh, and just unable to find Heredia, and Sporting Kansas City looking to get through the middle there. And Iovino tracks out of that central midfield position. Pasher looking for the early cross, but gives it away. Iovino gives it straight back and almost commits a foul. Hajdarevic, unimpressed for the penalty there. A good touch there by Iovino. Giving away, Johnny Grant Smartly controls. And Granito goes all the way back to Zach Lubin. Didic getting the players. Ezra Armstrong playing way up high there, and Grant's getting up high, and they're really testing FC Tucson's outside mids here by playing those outside backs so high. But that's the professional style. When you've got good possession and you trust your players, that's what you're able to do, isn't it, Guy?
Absolutely, John. And
This
Swope
is trouble
Rangers
here.
doing a very nice job of keeping their shape and doing that.
And,
Ooh, and another good effort there. That probably should have been on frame again.
And Hajdarovich and Pasher with a little two-man game, but again, that shot 20 yards out unpressured has to be on frame if you want to get a contract. If you're an unsigned trialist, you're going to want to hit that on frame. Iovino. Out to Dwarg. Michael Dwarg drives it forward. Shown good range of passing there, but again, Minvu's legs, who have done so much work today to no avail, is not going to be getting to that ball. As we cruise here into the 80th minute, Guy, and a good ball here, and looks like Pasher's off to the races. Good block again by Santi Carrillo.
I think the superior fitness of the Swope Rangers may be beginning to tell here, John. In the last 4 or 5 minutes, there's a lot more space opening up behind the fullbacks, and the balls are good quality.
If you just look at the body types overall, it's a little bit of a men against boys story, obviously not including the very substantial and massive Marcus Dickerson.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think just the superior athleticism.
Oh, and look what I found. What a reaction save there. And he's throwing out to Eddie Guerra, who is going to get there, but you see the speed of number 56 for the Swope Park Rangers, Ezra Armstrong, the academy player. Very athletic. A nice ball in here. And Norberto Ochoa looks to switch it out. Controlled. Norberto Ochoa coming on as the number 9 player. A lot of switching going on here. Hajdarovich on the other side now. Moving around. Armstrong's found his natural left back position, and Hajdarovich looks to play wide, but it's a poor ball, but it goes anyway to Mark Gonzalez, who's looking to set this up. A good ball here. And Johnny Grant, again, will be unhappy not to have done better than that.
Yeah, he actually had a little more time than he thought there, the big fullback, John, and probably should have looked to pull that across the face of the goal. Easy save at the end for the big man, Dickerson.
So it's Mark Anthony Gonzalez, not Sanchez. Number 47 for Swope Park Rangers. Armstrong controls. Poked in by Granito. Ends up. Good turn and a great reaction save by Marcus Dickerson, who's again acquitted himself well today.
I agree. For a big man, he got there very well. Got a big left paw on that one to push it around the post. Good save.
And it's probably the 8th or 9th corner kick we've had here. Hajdarovich is going to hope for some quality service here. And again, Dickerson's had to do a lot of work here, pulling saves left and right. Ball's bent in. Good header. And out as far as Armstrong, the academy player. And Armstrong, poor ball. And that was Pasher on the service to Hajdarovich, whose opportunity went wanting. Marcus Dickerson's going to have earned his beer at the end of the match tonight if he wants it, Guy Bell. It's been Vu challenge as well here. Guerra trying to get to the second ball, does so. Flips it over to Gonzalez, who finds Van Alstine. Pima Aztec player probing. Switches through Santi Carrillo. And for all the chances, this is still a one-goal game, but it's given away there. And they're off to the races again. 3 versus 2 here. Dickerson comes out, saves again, and pounces on it.
Another good save.
No
from
question
the
who
big
the
man.
man of the match is for Tucson. Marcus Dickerson has done everything but stand on his head, guy, and that's what it's taken to keep this game to be a 1-0 game.
No, he's been outstanding in this, particularly in the second half.
Meyer
Jonas.
challenges with Guerra. Comes down to Gonzalez. Iovino, a good turn there by Gonzalez. Can he keep this? And he does so. Heredia looking to spin and turn. Clipped. Granito. Unnecessary foul. Steps in the way and avoids the quick pass. 84th minute. Kino North Grandstand. Beautiful weather. Tucson, Arizona. Day 4. Desert Diamond Cup of John Perlman alongside Guy Bell. 1-0 Swope Park Rangers. The USL Pro inaugural season for them. FC Tucson, a lot of young Tucson players in this game, have taken a ton of pressure and a fairly decent battering, but still 1-0, Guy Bell, with a dead ball here opportunity.
Yeah, it's just a one-goal game, John. As you know, anything can happen in this game. It only takes a second to score a goal.
And Heredia
Tucson,
pings it sloppily.
Tucson still very much in this match.
Out wide here to the substitute, Mark Anthony Gonzalez. Given away, though, and Santi Carrillo belts it forward, but only as far as Armstrong. Hajdarevic back to Didic. Didic all the way to Tommy Meyer. Meyer steps through. But Gonzalez gets a touch, I think. Oh, and Iovino cannot get there. And Pasher, who switched to the right side. Natural lefty a la Argent Robin here. A little Argent Robin technique.
I was thinking more Ryan Giggs myself, John.
Of course, the Welshman's always going to go to Giggs as his go-to guy. Aguirre heads wide. But the substitute there, and I didn't see him come on. That's Zambrano for FC Tucson. Edwin Zambrano, brother of Brandon Zambrano, FC Tucson PDL player last year. And a good turn there by Pasher. Pasher finds Hajdarevic, who back heels looking for Pasher. And Santi Carrillo riding him like a pony, but unable to get ball possession here. Gonzalez goes back all the way to Armstrong. Armstrong flicks it on and given away by Granito to Santi Carrillo, who's done a nice job coming on, to be fair, and a great turn there by Aguirre, but too many touches. The referee is none too impressed with his pleas for a foul. Well, Leafy, again, is again a good job as Dabo has. The DCM position is very solid, I think, for Swope Park. And just as I say that, Leafy gives it away. And a good ball here, and Minvu's off to the races. The former Rochester Rhino man looking to get forward here. Good tackle there by Didic. Didic dribbling sideways and somehow managed to back heel to Hajdarevic. And a foul there by Zambrano.
Yes,
FC Tucson running out of time here. 87th minute. Beautiful sunset coming to us here very soon over the Rincons and Catalina Mountains here in Tucson, Arizona. Day 4 of the Desert Diamond Cup. John Perlman here alongside Guy Bell. 1-0 Swope Park Rangers. An incredible opportunity for FC Tucson should they be able to somehow, in some way, find an equalizer.
Yeah, there are a few more minutes to go, John, and hopefully we'll see if they can...
I think that's Pasher down, if I'm not mistaken, the substitute forward. And his play has been stopped. I think he has to come off, but I'm not sure. Maybe a bloody nose here. Sharp elbows. You see those sometimes in USL Pro and in the PDL and in all leagues. Ball played out to Armstrong here. And Swope will be happy just to kill off this match, but that ball is driven forward. Van Alstine challenge as well. Headed back, but only as far as the substitute. And Vu has it. Nice little touch there by Min Vu. Vu fouled again. Listen, Vu has done yeoman's work today, Guy Bell. He hasn't really created a great chance. He's worked his socks off, as we say in the soccer industry here, or coaching speak, if you will.
I agree. He's put in a tremendous shift. He's done a lot of
I think this ball should be
unselfish
played
running.
short here to one of the two of them here rather than just lopping it in to a. Oh, and they brought Dickerson up, and why not, I guess. 88th minute. Great balls flowing in there towards Dickerson, and now here's the fun part. Off to the races for Lubin. And look at Dickerson. I don't think he's run this far in his entire life. And Lubin unceremoniously drops his punt out of bounds by about 25 yards.
I tell you what, though,
The
John.
FC Tucson faithful are quite pleased.
I tell you, John, I think the crowd was appreciating the backtrack by the big man there.
By the way, watching Dickerson run was very painful. Zambrano looking to play quickly. I don't think Rick Schatz can be disappointed with 1-0 here in any way, shape, or form. Santi Carrillo once more into the breach. Drives it forward towards Alejandro Gonzalez, who's clearly pushed, but none too impressed as the referee here. And they're off with Hajdarevic. Sorry, Pasher, that is. Pasher breaking forward, 3 versus 2. 5 versus 3. Pasher cuts it back. And now there's numbers back. Johnny Grant. And that ground ball is easily handled by Marcus Dickerson, who throws with every last effort in his arm. But Johnny Grant just pushes Eddie Guerra off the ball. Good ball in here, Hajdarevic. Given away by Granito, and one more break here. Vu! Alejandro Gonzalez! Oh, and he just should have taken it first time, in my opinion, there, knowing his pace was going to let him down. Didic plays back, but only as far as Zambrano. Van Alstine in with great header by Van Alstine, who's acquitted himself pretty well here defensively at the left back position. Good touch there by Gonzalez, but out of bounds. Referee checks his watch. One more long throw in by Garrett Andriata, and it's not to be. Full time here at Kino Grandstand Stadium. And the final score, the visiting Swope Park Rangers 1, finishing their tournament undefeated. FC Tucson 0. A good effort by the home side. Guy Bell, final thoughts.
Yeah, it was a thoroughly enjoyable game. Two good teams. I think the Swope Park Rangers clearly just a little better, had a little more class, and deserved the win in the end. But hats off to the Tucson lads. They didn't quit. They put in a really good performance, and they can hold their heads high, lose it to a pretty decent, I think, USL team, 1-0. It was a pretty good effort tonight for them.
Well, Guy Bell and I will be back here for the later game, the Colorado Rapids against Arizona United. You can find that again at the FC Tucson YouTube channel, or you can just come out here and watch it yourself. For Guy Bell, I'm John Perlman. Look forward to seeing you guys again, and thanks for tuning in.